Join us every weekend, oh, the vibe's so fine. Saturday, sit down with Mr. Drayton. Shine!
Grab a friend.
That never gets old, party people. Never gets old. You guys, do something like that. You guys. Happy Saturday. Today is May 31st, year of our Lord 2025. And welcome to another well-curated, hopefully flawlessly executed Saturday sit down with your man Gregory, the talented Mr. Drayton. Yes, my mother did name me that. In case you are wondering, live from the planet of Atlanta, right here on this overcast Saturday. Lots going on this week, so I need some help to lift all this bullshit that's out in the ethos. I'm bringing along my man 20 Grand and the founder of M3 himself. Wednesday nights on 7 p.m. to be exact. Where's the Malcolm the Philosopher King will philosophize. He will not stabicize your name or talk about you in any way, but he will break down the human condition piece by piece. Malcolm, how are you?
I'm good. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. No, can I give you a little? Can you give me a little zhuzh, a little push with that? Hey, Malcolm, how are you?
I'm great.
Oh. Y'all, I'll be right back. I'm going to go there and pinch his boob. I'll be right back. Now, if you're a podcast person like me, I love to perform in podcasts. I love to listen to them. Malcolm has the best one out here smoking. The M3 Bearcast presented by Malcolm the Philosopher King every Friday, where you can work out all of your emotional kinks. For sure. Down below in Tijuana, where a cat, a sewing machine, and lots of talent. He is not aware yet, but I have officially stolen his mother.
Oh, I know that. I'm officially not her child anymore. So
just in addition to. Listen, he is Tuesday nights on 7 p.m. yet and still. You can find him right here on this very network. Swag for Life. You can find him on the TikTok streets and the same moniker all over socials. Social, what the kids call it? I don't know what the kids say. Whatever. How are you, friend? What's going on?
I'm doing well. Although I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on TikTok. I got a warning the other day.
Oh no!
Oh no! We have to talk about it.
And I appealed it, and they said no. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So this is what we're doing now. Okay.
Can you discuss why you were?
So I discovered a new term.
Oh yes.
The nig sale.
Yes, you cannot say that.
No, I can't. You can't say that. But somebody asked me, where did that come from? Now, this is what I said. I said, now you know what an incel is, right? I said, now I'm sure you can figure out what a nig comes from. And supposedly that's hate speech. I didn't say the whole word. I just said nig. And apparently I can't say that. So they consider that hate speech. Like, wow, that's interesting. Because you get people on TikTok who actually say the whole word. And it's like, but that's fine. And look at my complexion. I mean, I'm not hate criming myself, but okay.
Yeah, it's weird the language that pops up from TikTok because people are afraid to say even like a gun or shoot, you know. They're like,
yeah, that's why we don't say that kind of stuff. We say unalive. We say unalive.
Now, Malcolm, you know,
say YT, like
mustache man. They can't even say Hitler apparently.
Yeah.
Now, Malcolm, you know you done said all the words. We're gonna get all kind of.
This is YouTube. Although I am streaming on TikTok right now. I forgot about that. My bad.
Uh-oh.
Sure. My bad, TikTok. Y'all
We're
didn't
keeping it
Right
real.
now, we're spreading the bands everywhere.
hear
Bands make her dance. That's all I want to say. You know what I mean? But we have a jam-packed show today. Thank you for coming into the room. Sit on down. Bring a friend. But before we get started, I would like to have a word from our illustrious First Lady, Melania Trump.
Hello, America, United States. It is me, First Lady Melania Kushmushka Sapina Trump, back in White House and ready to protect the children from anti-bully campaign. We rocket America with Be Best, and now we make number 2, Be Even More Best. Yes, best at folding arms, best at wearing hat, best at holding book, best at saying word book, best at disappearing. Haha, where I go, best at making big sun, best at the Christmas things, and best at renegotiating prenup. America, let us make year 2025 be even more best, to be the best we can be. Yes?
Yes, thank you, Slovenia.
I just want to encourage everyone to be best.
Be best.
Be best, be more best.
Yeah, even more best.
Be best at folding arm. Be best at holding book.
Practice, right. You practice saying the word book, just like that. Russians will own us shortly if we don't turn this boat around. So you might want to bone up on that. I'm just saying. Hey, Pick and Choose, Comic Blurred. Hello, everybody that's come in the room saying hello. It's going to be happy Saturday. Thank you all. And I want to go ahead and give a personal shout out and say thank you. And I'm not being braggadocious, but thank you guys so much for the thousands of happy birthdays. I was completely overwhelmed. I will do a video once I trust myself not to cry in the video. I mean, no, it is really overwhelming. We do this constantly, and you think it's on. You're in your house, so it's like you're talking to yourself.
Right.
We only see a minuscule of the numbers of people that actually see us over the month, or during the show, because we don't have like access to all of the people that we reach. It is terribly overwhelming. I just think I'm a little kid from Chester, Virginia. Ooh. And I get to do this for a living, and thousands of people wish me happy birthday. Phone calls, text messages, posts,
Yeah.
Kanye for a day. Same Kanye. When he was still, doing what he needed to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start today's show with one of my favorite segments. It used to be the entire show, but I had to bring myself joy and bring myself back to the center. Malcolm and I had a meeting. We had some tacos. So I decided to shave it down to I wouldn't say mere segment, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for your enjoyment and ours, the Black News.
This is Black News.
Holy moly, where do I start? The government was on fire with comedy this week. There were a plethora, there were a cornucopia, if you will, of material for me to choose from. And poor Swag, he was on it, Rose. He was on it. I turned on my phone, pick and choose comic. There was something else for me to look at, something else for me to examine. And it is my job here to extract the funny. So, let's see. Let's start with trolling Trump. A federal judge this week blocked. I can't even get this out because I just see him somewhere dancing like this, Swag, doing like this. doing this stupid jerk. I just see him somewhere like jerking off the air. You know what I mean? Like, do it to your neck, do it to your neck.
I laugh every time because the thing about supporters of him is they always swear like he's so bold, he's so manly, he's so so strong, but yet this
I'm just like, what is? And then so I'm gonna be honest with you. So I had to challenge myself. I have to start producing the show earlier in the week. I used to just do it on Thursdays, but there is so much shit to laugh at. Seriously, that I have to start on Tuesday, and then what I come up with by Wednesday is not what you see here on Saturday. Because somewhere around Friday night, I'm eating a chicken wing, watching RuPaul, and I'm calling Swag at 2 a.m. And in truth, Swag fashion, I'm on it, and it's done. So did we get the clip about the judge, or we didn't? We didn't.
Yes, I found one.
Okay, let's. A federal judge is me. I couldn't even get the story out of my bad. A federal judge has blocked Trump from imposing his big, beautiful tariffs. They said, no, baby. The Constitution does not allow you, Mr. President.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that one. I got the one about Harvard.
And this ties into that. So, and the big, and so he was not allowed, Malcolm, by a federal judge this week, to impose his big, beautiful tariffs. Oh no! Look, how bad is that? So, in related news to that, I have found something where somebody in AI put him in a chicken suit because
I've been loving those memes. Yeah.
Because they have labeled him Taco. Can we play the chicken?
I kick out? Chicken out. Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? I kick out? Chicken out. Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out.
So, mind you, in that one clip, he lied so much, he lied on top of a lie.
Right.
I wanted to meet so bad, and then they didn't want to meet, so I changed it.
Right.
Now, what is it, Dump? He looks like he didn't have his diaper changed, so he looks a little.
So yeah, like apparently there was people. I did read that. It was hilarious from the Wall Street Journal, and it was basically some people have been calling it the taco trade because people will hear about the the tariffs and they're saying, well, he's going to back down, and so even when people announce tariffs, they don't the market doesn't react the way it once did when he first started announcing it. And they just call it like people don't believe you anymore.
Now,
so,
the dangerous part of that is when he decided to really do it.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna be at the movies or boot scooting with Beyonce, and all of a sudden, dress from something from Temu gonna cost $100, where normally you could just do a whole motherfucking basket full of shit from Temu for $100. So
right.
Pay attention, party people. We must not turn our head. In other bad news for Dear Leader this week, his wife has decided to step down. Elon Muskie has said, I lost too much money. What in the hell?
Yeah, apparently he almost got fired from Tesla. Like he almost got.
The shareholders was like, bitch, come do your job. Yeah.
And rightfully so. It's like
it won't be. They won't recover because we're not gonna forget that you're trying to take over the government, bitch. With that said, so Muskie and he went out in a bang, ladies and gentlemen. The bang was this motherfucker went out criticizing Trump's tax bill, saying it would be horrible for America.
Yeah.
And he didn't even like say it in secret, and somebody recorded it. He said it on open mic in public. But we did catch this week Speaker of the House, Mike. I may be a pedophile, Johnson, and I said what I said, maybe allegedly, because he looks creepy, and the truth will set us free. Now, Swag, you have set me on a path to watching the Pee Wee Herman documentary.
Mm-hmm.
That's creepier than Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman is not creepy.
Now, interesting part, sidebar. Interesting thing about the Pee Wee Herman, like, who knew Pee Wee Herman was into Black D? I didn't know that.
I really didn't need to know that.
I'm gonna say this, and I kind of suspected this because
you suspected
the reason I suspected this is because
I love this.
There's an episode, because Larry Fishburne used to play a character on his show,
right?
Yeah, he was a regular.
No. He was a cowboy. Cowboy Curtis was his name.
Oh, that's right.
And one time they were supposed to have a sleepover, and he told Pee Wee he couldn't sleep over because he didn't have any pajamas because he sleeps in the nude. And I thought, wow, that is an interesting thing to say on a kids' TV show. So I'm like,
yeah,
everybody on the streaming team over here is like, what? Yes.
If I can find that episode, I will play it. But yes, there's an episode
that is a thing that happened. It is.
and then there was also this joke that they had. I think it was on that same episode because Cowboy Curtis had these boots and they were kind of run down. And I forget who it was that said, I think it was Cowboy Curtis that said, well, you know what they say about people with big feet? They wear big boots. Said, I caught that.
It should also be noted that back then Lawrence Fishburne was fine. It was not even like,
he's
always been hot.
And everything. Lawrence Fishburne was looking like that.
I went to go see What's Love Got to Do with It.
Oh god.
So he could have beat me a couple times. He could have.
That nigga was fine.
I was not saying the song correctly. I know I got wrong there. But listen,
Right.
so I was shocked. But as I get older, I understand Black D runs the world. If we collectively, those of us who have Black D, if we can harness our power and realize Black D has all the control. They all want Black D.
And not only that, but the fact that some of Pee Wee's mannerisms came from his lover, I found that really interesting as well. Like the whole when Pee Wee goes like chocolatey, like that came from his lover. So I'm like,
this whole sidebar was set up just for you to say that. Like
thank you.
You did not just.
I am clipping that as soon as I can.
Unfortunately, back to the White House, motherfuckers.
Oh god.
What's going on, Trev? Oh, and the other big.
I do have that clip about the Trump, the big beautiful bill. The tariffs. If you want me to play it,
let's roll it. Go ahead.
All right.
Federal court has just blocked the bulk of President Trump's sweeping global tariffs from going into effect. The ruling comes from the U.S. Court of International Trade in Manhattan. It's a unique and relatively low-key division of the federal judiciary, but tonight it is flexing its authority in a big way. The three-judge panel ruled in favor of an injunction against the tariffs which have roiled worldwide financial markets in recent months. Unclear right now whether the injunction is temporary or permanent, but the decision is potentially massive political, economic, and legal repercussions. Just moments ago, White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller wrote online The judicial coup is out of control.
I should note, this was a 3-0 opinion. The 3 judges on this court were appointed by President Reagan, President Obama, and President Trump. So I don't know where they're getting this coup language from. This is a huge setback for Trump and his administration. As big a deal as the tariffs were, this is as big a deal in the opposite direction. It essentially pauses for now, rules illegal and unconstitutional, almost all of the tariffs that have been in place. And the core of the ruling is this. Typically, it is Congress that controls the tariff power. However, Congress can pass laws giving that power to the president in certain instances. They did that years ago in a statute called the IEEPA, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Trump then declared, okay, we are in an international economic emergency because of our trade deficits, because of other economic worldwide factors. And this court unanimously 3-0 said that is not an economic emergency.
Here we all laugh. We got a big guffaw from the bottom of our bellies. Oh, my Lord. Jesus
You
Christ.
got a laugh sound in here somewhere. Here we go.
Now, it should be noted that they're going to appeal that. I don't know.
Of course they will.
Of course they will, but Mom,
It's still
That's very
ridiculous,
impressive,
though,
yeah.
right? Like, it's funny as hell that they
never hear
say
from those
that with a straight face.
but we
There's-
never hear from those people. We in fact, I forgot they existed, and I have a whole NBA. I do.
Yeah.
They're there. I know what they do. I know they're in the structure, but I forgot about these niggas. You know,
Yeah.
excuse me, these people.
It's true, though. Yeah. I mean, nobody.
You forget that they're there, and they're mighty powerful. And I tell you, I doubt if the Supreme Court, no matter how they're leaning, because it's all whatever comes back is going to have to go back through them. So so it's going to be 50,000 sues, and they're going to be like, "Bitch, I told you no. Bitch, I told you no. No, I told you no." And then finally, it's going to be next November, and Congress is going to be like, "Bitch, we told you no." So keep on going, keep on trucking, America. I love this for you. This is
Yeah.
wonderful.
They probably just need to repeal that act as well. Just like straight up. Like when you see someone abusing it that badly, it's part of that same tendency that he's using the term emergency to, for his immigration plan, and considering people who he thinks or accuses of being a part of a gang as being an enemy combatant from another country is just obviously untrue. Like stretching the credulity of words to mean things they don't actually mean.
Words. I tell y'all,
That is not what that means.
I want a black dick. Hold on to the power. Come on, brothers. Hold on to black dick. What's going on, Trevor? What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining yet again. So, more ridiculous ass wiping. I can't believe this. Good afternoon, sir. That I cannot fucking believe this is butter in a time like this. Why is the president fucking with Harvard? I don't know.
People have said he's kind of jealous, but I don't know.
I think it has something to do with President Obama. I think it has something to do that he did not get in.
Yeah, it also happens to be the interesting fact that it's the university that the most number of U.S. presidents graduated from.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like over 30 presidents graduated from Harvard.
And Harvard said, "You can't sit with us."
And also, he said that his son didn't get into Harvard. He applied, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so now they have this thing. We have a clip. Go ahead. We got a clip for that. Boom, 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 boom,
The
boom.
Trump administration, because they don't like Harvard, want to tell Harvard who they can let in, what they can teach, who they can hire. It's bad news for colleges and universities around the country. And the other thing I'd say is it's so dumb. It's stupid. Because right now, the only one winning with all this is China. Not just here in Massachusetts, but around America, because people are afraid to come here. If you've got a choice, I'm going to go up to McGill in Canada, or I'm going to go study in Europe, or research there, or start a company there. They're reading the room. There's a lot of uncertainty, just like the tariffs are creating so much uncertainty with the business community. The same thing's happening when it comes to students coming to this country and coming to Massachusetts. And so it's just really stupid because now it is China who's on our campuses. I've talked about this before. The University of Massachusetts recruiting faculty who've been furloughed, recruiting our postdocs, saying, come over, we'll give you a lab, we'll give you support, you can research and incubate and innovate, start and grow businesses, not just in China, but the Middle East, Europe, and this is not America first. This is making Donald Trump and the administration, by doing this, are making America less competitive and putting American interests last.
Ooh, he mad. Can I get the laugh one more time because I'm about to say something funny.
He big mad.
Well, why we laughing at him? Because then the president Xi Jinping comes out and says, "Hello, American student." Hello, American student. If you like to study, you come to China. You come to China. We pay. How you say? We give you room board. We pay for your research. Come over. Canada has also some of the finest learning institutions in the world. I like. Not only you can come over here, but you can come for free. We will get non-citizens before because you guys are going through so much.
Here's the thing. This really is a stupid move of his because these foreign students, they have to pay a full tuition. They don't get subsidized tuition like in-state students or anything like that. So like Harvard is losing, like that's money, and that money gets pumped into the economy. So like I think somebody said like I think I may be wrong about this, but I could have sworn I heard like $1 billion like in revenue, like in the whole economic thing. Because they gotta get homes here, they gotta get travel here, they had to spend money for just to live here and stuff like that. Like they said that's like $1 billion that like we're missing out on because he wants to throw it a hissy fit and be mad at Harvard for whatever reason.
Yeah, and so one of the interesting things I've actually heard previously was that this whole beef started with Harvard because of a accidental email that was sent to them, right? So like he's doing the same things to pretty much every university, asking them to basically make their campuses more conservative and more amenable to the administration. And a lot of these universities basically acquiesced, right? But for some reason, there was an email sent to Harvard that was different. I don't know exactly how different it was. And the reaction from Harvard was much more strong. Like it was a hell no. But they basically were going to send the same sort of requirements that basically every institution in the United States. So,
I would like to thank Harvard for standing up because all universities are not pushing back. Penn and all Mater has pushed back. All the Ivy Leagues, Brown, all of those have pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say because I get emails. Hey John, what's going on, baby? Hello all. I'm still on hiatus. Just saying hello. By the way, if you're not, that Trump administration and Department of Labor has just shut down Job Corps. Of course.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, they did. Don't we need this to help staff the manufacturing job you're trying to bring back the U.S. and and most white people take advantage of poor white trash goes to sorry, but they do.
My mom worked at Job Corps for years. Actually.
Yeah, she sure did, didn't she?
Yeah.
Most people that take are not people of color. Good luck. Yeah. So you make you make them dumb and dumber, and you don't give them jobs. I love this for you. Oh boy, poor Dump. And and it's sad that our leader we have to have. Didn't we learn from Reagan that having senility and onset early dementia is not good at 80 years old for running a country? This nigga is tired. And every time I see him, I love it because he is exhausted. He is exhausted. He's been up too long. He's like a colicky baby. So stay tuned. Next week, off the fucking charts. Those of us who have the joy of praising to. And this, just speaking of China, this just in, Marco Rubio, how this all started with China. Marco Rubio has tried to revoke the visas of all Chinese students.
Jeez.
Yes, he did that. So good
Well,
luck.
not only that, but like, aren't they supposedly putting out some sort of like they like before anybody's issued a visa, they have to like scrub their social media. It's like an added thing that they're doing to try to vet who's allowed the visa and who isn't now.
There is a girl on Instagram says she made some type of comment about food stamps or some type of thing, and they took her food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever she lived, took her food stamps. Now she's appealing, and she has to pay $35,000 or something back that she does not have. So good luck. So watch what you say, dear leader is listening. You don't want you taken. But as I always do when I talk to black people, we will survive. We made it. Y'all keep boot scooting. Beyonce released some more tickets, so she's only 95% sold out. So 5% you can go out there and boot scoot with Beyonce. Congratulations to Beyonce and all the other winners on their AMA awards this Monday. Her and Jewish, what's his name? Oh my God, what's the boy that sings the? Oh my God, that sings Levi's with her. Post Malone.
Oh, Post Malone.
Her and Post Malone swept all the country categories. He's a Jew and she's a nigga. Congratulations, country music. You are
speaking of the AMAs.
And Shabuzi?
No. Did you hear them clowning J-Lo when she did her dance to "They Not Like Us"?
Leave grandma alone as a person.
But I didn't see that part because you know me. After I saw Janet, I was good. I ain't need to see it anymore. But they said, but when they did, they were doing "They Not Like Us." They said the part where they go mustard. They did J-Lo. I said, no, they didn't. Why would you do that? She is getting dragged. They're like, she is the they, and they not like us.
Oh wow!
No,
Look, baby, all you had to do was just host and look pretty. Why? Who decided that she needed to do a performance to "They Not Like Us"?
From the block alone. She's a national.
I'm sorry. No. She deserves this drag. That's all I'm gonna say.
She was dancing so hard.
And yeah, I mean, now props to her. You know, she's getting up in there, so you know she's still
She's double.
But
yeah.
This was a no.
We went off into the trees.
She should have learned from Janet. Like Janet kept it cute. You know, she ain't do a whole lot. You know, she did. You know, she did her thing. She got her award, and she went home.
Listen, I'm going to challenge that. I know you're a Janet fan. I'm going to challenge. Well, let me tell you something. I went. We after RuPaul last night, we watched some old '90s videos, whatever. You know, Janet was always kind of low impact. That's why she can do stuff now because she was going to protect them knees. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't do a whole bunch of she danced. So in my mind, I watched the video for If I Love If. It's my favorite Janet song. But Janet ain't do a whole bunch. She just did not.
She did.
It is okay. And God, girl, Janet, if you're listening, listen, I'm gonna have to call your people. I need the name to your doctor because your face looks natural. You don't look surprised. Your cheekbones ain't up here. You look like old Janet. You look like I need you and Beyonce's doctor because Dr. Sizemore has did y'all correctly. I need that in my life. She was kind of low impact. I understand, John. I'm giving her props, John, because back in the day she was kind of low impact, and I like it. And that's preservation is what I'm saying. So, yeah, congratulations to all the winners of the AMAs, and they were on time this year. They came in exactly 2 hours. Speaking of the AMA,
J-Lo back next year.
That's
all I ask.
Listen, that tour flopped. She needs something to do. She was available.
Boy, did it flop.
Boy, did it ever flop. Speaking of white people in country music, another segment I absolutely love. Dear white people, we're going to make some graphics next week, but dear white people, it's things I find on the internet that white people tell me that I should have known, but I didn't know, or things that I laugh at because of white people. Go ahead and run the first with the lady, because I did not know this, and I am in this demographic, and I did not know this. Go ahead.
Real quick, did you know that 70% of all master's degrees are held by Black women in the United States? Did you also know that 60% of all doctoral degrees are held by Black women and Black men combined? I just thought that was a really fun statistic. How amazing is that?
Yeah.
I was quiet. I mean,
I've heard someone say that Black women are out here collecting masters like Pokemon cards.
I don't think that's funny because
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Gotta get them all. Yeah.
Them sisters out there working hard. You know what I'm saying?
It is true. But at the same time, it's also a testament to the fact that they feel like they need them.
They gotta have it.
Yeah.
They gotta have it to even be on the playing field with their dear white people.
Yeah. Right. To just even get equity, you gotta be better than.
And you know, and I went and I dug a little deeper into this, and it's only getting worse. It's only, Black men are going to college in less numbers. There is going to be no mistake, and I don't know if it's going to be in my lifetime or not. Black women, you're about to get your comeuppance because you're going to be the only educated motherfuckers that know which way to lead us from the fire. So don't, hold tight, sister. Get your good wig and your running shoes on. And we're going to make this happen. And I love you, sisters. I want to let y'all know that here we're kind of male-centric, so we don't express. We talk we love our mamas and stuff, but we love you just as a community in a whole. Even though some of you straight sisters don't love us back because you think we all DL. Some of us just don't like you. And that's okay. Everything is not for everybody. So if you want to know more about what the straights are doing, please tune in Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. when Swag gets to his 111th thing that the straights are not okay. Actually, he's on number 29, and I can't wait. Are the straights okay? And now we're doing a new segment on Tuesday nights. Are the gays okay? Neither one of us are okay. We are not okay as a society. So I thought about Malcolm when I pulled out this Dear White People, because I am constantly looking for ways to make myself feel better in this time, because I am my natural inclination is to be a reader and a news watcher and a consumption of everything that's going around me, because that's who I am. I'm a old school, I'm a reader. Malcolm has reignited that in my. I'm a listener because I like audiobooks, so I can make my bed up and cook oatmeal and do other stuff. Recently, I got an announcement. I went back to the gym. I'm on my 4th week, y'all.
Yay.
Malcolm, I feel you on that. I wanted to wait because I wanted to make sure it lasts. I didn't want to go and just sit there. And so, Malcolm, now, Swag, you got a gym in your house because you live in Tijuana. So Malcolm, this is for you because you go to the gym. What? You know what? I'd be so mad. They be taking up the machines on Instagram. They be just posing on the machines. So Friday, was it yesterday? Yes, it was. I had it because I was waiting for the machine. Right? I was like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. Can you go model on another machine? I really need to get on here before my heart rate drops and I got to start all over again." You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yes, Kanye. Could you please model on a machine?" And she just thought I was being mean, hateful, and spiteful. Maybe. Stop modeling on the machine. Some of us need to work out there. Check out this next thing on Dear White People. Listen closely because it makes sense. Go ahead, Swag. Thank you so much. Ba, ba, ba. Is it ready? Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. No. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Right. I'm sorry. I'm sitting there saying I'm talking. I'm like, I pulled it, but I didn't like fix it so it's all nice and pretty. So it's gonna look a little janky, but I can go ahead and play it.
I was like, the killer got it. Get him. Help. The killer has gotten him. The killer got you, man. I was scared. Oh no.
Hold on just one second. Let me get it over here.
My goal with Dear White People is just, there are other voices out there.
I'm gonna have to fix it. It's too big for me to play.
So I have come to discover there are other voices out there, and we do have allies in the white community. We do have allies in our non-black LGBTQAI people, and I'm not saying that we have to assimilate or forgive, even, because I think they are well beyond the pale of forgiving. The whole slavery thing, kind of gritty. But then the other thing is this, but we can learn a lesson of why. You know what I'm saying? Because even all this is going on, I want to know why. I want to know why is white fragility a thing? Because I think if we come to understand something, we can better fight against it or whatever we need to do to. And so go ahead.
I think like one of the things that I find that I can like tell if a white person's an ally or not is when they're not trying to absolve themselves of being racist. Like when they can accept the privilege that they have and they're genuinely interested in what black people are about and what they're doing. Like that's when I know, even when they say something cringe or even racist, if they're not trying to absolve themselves of their own racism, I can fuck with them,
What is a statement that a white person would use to absolve themselves? Or
I don't see race. I think all people are,
I'm saying an old black man. He was a fucking liar.
I think the only race that matters is the human race. There's no.
They're the same, bitch. All lives matter. All lives matter. No, all lives don't matter. We're talking about black lives right now.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So I want to talk to those black people also that are afraid to be pro-black. It's okay to be pro-black.
Yeah.
In our video watching last night,
watched
some Beyonce videos, and I forgot that her, Coldplay, and Bruno Mars did the Super Bowl. I think it's 16 when she did the Lemonade album, and how unapologetically black she became at that moment. And that was a turn in her career that America realized that sweet little Beyonce was a black woman with a black husband and some black children. So it was amazing.
Well, you remember the reaction to her Super Bowl,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They fucking lost their minds.
They lost their mind. Gave the black four fists.
Yeah. They lost their fucking mind.
Was in. She had white women in afros dancing. Yeah, I mean, she.
It was beautiful too. I loved it.
I don't know what race Bruno Mars is, but he represents for people of color.
Yeah.
I feel like Cleveland from Family Guy when he said, Bruno Mars is some beautiful mixed race thing from the future. That's how you would describe Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
you don't know. I just say he's a white, but he caucuses with black people. So, like Cole Foreigner, like she caucuses with black people, so that she bring home. And so we used to accept, like, it's funny. Our culture is the one that will always accept people. We always accept Tina Marie. We always accepted Hall and Oates. You know what I mean? Because we and they all those acts that I named always did right by black people.
Right.
Holland always, even though they can't get along with in the midst of themselves, but they always gave black people their comeuppance. And so, rewind back to the AMAs, they did a tribute to Rod Stewart, of all people.
Okay.
Now, I thought Rod Stewart was long dead. Forgive me. I did. I was like, where the fuck did they give Rod Stewart? This nigga's got to be on life support. No, he was not.
Yeah.
He is dancing and alive and well. When he got this award, he thanked Sam Cooke, Sam and Dave. He thanked the Temptations. White people's mouths just opened. Growing up in Scotland, all I had was Motown and the music of the 50s. All I heard, I learned to sing from black people. You know, and you can hear it in songs like Maggie May. But anyway, are we ready down there? Nope.
Just about. It's
right
now.
One second.
On it,
look at his skin, Regiment. His skin is growing over there. I don't know what he used. You know what I'm saying?
Juices and berries.
Or is it Cumby? Stick it on your face and peel it off.
Juices and berries.
A friend of mine told me one time, I was like, person's name, your skin is just amazing. A black guy, bald headed. He was like, yeah, my man, none on my face. And I was like, and then I peel it off. Well, you're so nasty, but it makes sense. It makes sense. A protein facial. Makes sense. Makes sense. Get you some if you can. All right, so here's the second video for Dear White.
Oh my God, they know. And they know they can't stop it. I've known this was coming for 10 years, but until now I didn't realize there was a name for it. It's the thing that makes us say, is it just me or are there more crazies than ever before? The Trump spike in racism, sexism, and hate. It's the emotional foundation for the entire Make America Great Again movement. That nostalgia for when life in America was simpler and paler. But as soon as we began addressing it, boom. Extinction burst. This term is why I love science so much. You can take an idea from one field, like psychology, for example, and apply it to another field, like political science, and the principles still apply. Extinction burst is actually really simple. It's when you have a behavior and a reward, and you withdraw the reward in order to change the behavior. When you do that, usually to change an undesirable behavior, the behavior itself increases in frequency and intensity for a short period of time, until ultimately the subject changes the behavior, and then that behavior goes extinct. This is like you're at the store and you're swiping your credit card and it doesn't work, and so then you swipe your credit card like 15 more times until you're so angry you're freaking out and you're about to scream an F-bomb in the middle of Toys R Us, and then you say, I'll just pay with cash. Swiping is the behavior and the payment is the reward. So when the swiping doesn't work and you don't get the reward you need, you get madder and madder and you try it more and more until you change the behavior, which then results in the extinction of the original behavior. Now, extinction burst at the national level is much slower, but in this case, we actually know very clearly what triggered it. It was Obama's election in 2008. Sarah Palin, the Tea Party movement, the birther movement, and ultimately MAGA. It is a 10-year tsunami of rage in the face of inevitable extinction. This is why Republicans are still so angry. They know Trump winning can't stop it, and they know Trump in office can't stop it. They can feel the inevitable extinction of their own terrible beliefs. At this point, the only thing that'll stop it is if we let up. If you stop interfering with that undesirable behavior, it will go back to normal. So no, you're not crazy. Yes, you are doing the right thing, and yes, if you persevere, the extinction burst will end.
This made me feel so much better because this is the only logical explanation. I have searched for this explanation for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, no, that's a really great one.
Yeah, it makes sense when something is faced with extinction and they know it's like a fighting animal. You might as well just
you try harder. Yeah.
Right, you might as well cheat, lie, and steal, and get it out the way because this is the last hurrah. And I knew so, and in my intellectual mind, I kept saying, this is the last hurrah, but I couldn't quantify it just felt like that's what it was. So, so what do you think about what we just saw?
You know, what was interesting is that while I was pulling that clip, I was looking at some of the comments in there, and he's absolutely right, because I saw so much, it all started with, all the division in the country started with your hero Obama and Trump's trying to correct what Obama did. It's like it was all up and down the comment section. I'm just like, wow, y'all are,
and then right, and the whole thing
yes.
is, right, and Obama ain't do nothing. We are
Obama wore a tan suit, and y'all still ain't let that man forget that. Like
we are
damn.
years past the first Obama administration.
Yeah, and it really was about race because the funny idea is that I think, Obama was actually more moderate than Biden was.
Biden was. That's
he
right.
Really was. Like he was even opposed to gay marriage in his first term. Like Biden was the one who kind of pressed him into actually moderating.
You gotta do this thing. Right. So if you ever feeling bad, you hear something on the news that's stupid, just play this back. I love you. I got you. I'm searching for answers for you. I mean, because there has to be an answer. There has to be a solution. I was talking to the people the other day. There has to be something in the zeitgeist and the ethos that has to make this make sense. And this is the only thing that makes it make sense.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. If I come up with some more good ones.
That guy's pretty good. I enjoy his channel.
I'll let you know. He is quite the fantastic orator. He hasn't given me oral sex. That means he's a great speaker. Y'all just waiting for me to get to
daddy vibes.
To get to the sex part of it all, right? Talk about dicks and asses. When are you gonna start talking about dicks and asses? Greg, you boring. Right? That's right. Sorry, y'all. Not everything balls down. But speaking of when I'm gonna get to dicks and asses, my other favorite part of the show is the weekly rewind, where we do talk about dicks and asses. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I give to you on behalf of M3 the weekly rewind. Ta-da.
Okay, so yesterday I went to MomoCon and I had the best time. And I met an X-Men yesterday. As a matter of fact, I met this X-Men. Yes, I was able to meet the voice actress for Rogue, Lenore Zan, yesterday.
I don't say which one.
Did she call you sugar?
Yes, she did.
I was about to say, explain.
She did call me sugar. She, we all know that she's been the voice actress in the 90s and now for 97. Even though a lot of people kind of like she doesn't have it anymore. Her voice not the same. Of course, she's older. What did y'all expect? But she still gives me Rogue. So,
but I didn't see I didn't see a difference in the X-Men 97 and the X-Men before.
Well, people notice the difference with her voice, and the animation is even different, but they're talking about her voice acting skills, and how she sounds different being Rogue then versus now. That's what they were talking about. Like a lot of people were giving her, they were being nitpicky for real. I'm just like, she's still Rogue to me.
That's funny. That's really funny that they decided to be, because you take any animated show that's lasted a few seasons, all the voices change from the beginning to the end, whether there's been a gap in time in the show or not. Like, I mean, now this is a slightly off example, but like Rick and Morty, even though they've technically changed the voice actor for these last few seasons, like their voices didn't sound the same in the first season as they did in like the sixth season, and they still had the same voice actor. So all those things change. Like those things always change. So to be nitpicky about it doesn't sound the same, I'm not quite sure what you're looking for here. You know, like
Right.
everything about this show is different.
Right,
Even
right.
Storm doesn't sound the same.
Right. Everybody just wants something to complain about. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so as promised, here is T.S. Madison's clap back to what Kaya just said.
I want to talk about this washed-up has-been, Kia Sorento. Right? Nobody even drives Kias anymore, and if you do, you do get step your credit up, girl. You get to DC. I didn't even know that you were really booked because I'm so booked. I'm so booked. I didn't even know that this broad was booked. The homosexuals that were up there allowed that woman to say that I tried to call to stop her show.
That hoe tried to call and get this show canceled. That's why I said that. Oh, she don't fuck with the LGBT community. Don't book her. We boycotting. We need to start booking more LGBT artists.
Girl, you were booked for lemon pepper wings and $2,500.
Yes.
Are you kidding? You were booked for lemon pepper wings and $2,500. You came there in a sheen white lace set with a pair of Blair White biscuits on, standing in front of the stage, screaming a 35-year-old song, neck and back, bitch. Are you kidding me? You haven't been booked since we split. You are your own cancer, Kaya. You are your own cancer.
Amen.
Every time you open your mouth and you speak to the community, you speak about us having AIDS. You speak about us being men in wigs, men in dress. You speak about this, right? You've canceled yourself. You never take any accountability. You never take any accountability for the things that you say. You've canceled yourself.
Yeah.
And there was more. Like what she said. What she
Yes,
said.
I know.
Your neck and your back is still on your. I'm bad.
That's funny.
But
though.
then she did, as she was leaving DC, she did another video and she said, my publicist called and I need to apologize. She said, I've been saying some things and I want to let y'all know I have no hate in my heart. If you drive a Kia Sorento, Manny, I love you. Please come on the show. Manny said,
That's so wrong, bro. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I got one thinking about Terminator coming. Let's talk a little bit about AI. I don't know if you got a chance to see the Google I/O event, but I think
I heard about it.
Okay, so I might have to find some videos real quick. But first, I'm gonna play this about this idea about AI because right now we feel uncomfortable with it, but at some point it's just gonna become the norm, and I think that's just something we're gonna have to stomach. I'm gonna play this.
Do you know that when the calculator was first invented, people didn't trust it? They were like, let me check the math on paper to make sure that the device is correct. And a time will come when that's true for AI, that a self-driving car, right now, we trust humans driving the car more. We feel safer in a car that's operated by humans. But just like with the calculator, eventually it will flip and we'll say, I don't know if I trust your math. Let me just use the calculator. I don't know if I trust your talking point. Let me Google it. I don't know if I trust a human operating a car. Let me just take a self-driving one. And this is not new for human relationship to technology. It's just something to think about, that what we're experiencing today is an awkward phase, but the introduction of new technology. And already we're seeing some people trust AI more than humans.
That is so true. That is so true. I have seen people online. When I used to be on Twitter, I would see people make a comment and they would ask the AI, is this true? Or is this what they said true? And stuff like that. So he's right. That's scary.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is like I one of the things that I was going to say that came out of Google I/O was this this app called Google Vio, and it is a video editing program. I was trying to find a video that I downloaded because I just was not prepared to include this as part of this show.
Right.
But it is next level, right? Like you can tell it's AI, but I think the only reason you can tell it's AI is because you know it's AI ahead of time, right? Creepy how realistic it is, but yeah, you to be determined.
A girl told me we're made of prompts. Like, seriously, dude, you're saying the only thing standing between me and $1 billion is some random text?
Honestly, the biggest red flag is when the guy believes in the prompt theory. Like, really? We came from prompts? Wake up, man.
You want to convince me that this perfect creation behind me is the result of ones and zeros? A binary code and nothing more? It makes no sense.
Imagine you're in the middle of a nice date with a handsome man and then he brings up the prompt theory. Yuck. We just can't have nice things.
We're not prompts. We're not prompts.
Where is the prompt writer to save you from me? Where is he? You still believe we're made of prompts?
Anyone who tells you we're just ones and zeros is delusional. If that's all we are, then why does it hurt when we lose someone?
Vote for me and I'll ban the prompt theory from schools. There's no place for that nonsense in our lives.
For spreading the false theory that we are nothing but ones and zeros, this court sentences you to 12 years in federal custody.
I don't need some prompt god whispering in my ear to tell a story. I write what I want. I have free will, remember that?
I know for a fact we're made of prompts. Deny it all you want. The signs are everywhere.
You know how I know we're made of prompts? Because nothing makes sense anymore. We used to have 7 fingers per hand. I remember it clearly. Now we just have 5 fingers per hand.
What
Wow.
the hell?
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I missed that shit. I'm glad that was because I would have turned away. You know, I'm scared of that shit. And I mean, I am. I just don't like it's getting to a place now where you just cannot tell the difference between a deep fake and it's going to cause something serious to happen in the world. I don't know what that is, but you know.
yeah, I think in that conversation we kind of talked about the plot to the movie G20.
Right.
You know, that's possible right now, especially with the release of the new Google. It's really simple. That's what you know. People have been capable of creating realistic fakes, but it's just so simple. Like you're saying, in all of those instances, you can create an 8-second video, and it really just takes maybe a paragraph of text to describe what you're looking for, and then you can upload whatever assets you want. So you can upload a picture of a person you want, upload a sample of their voice so it talks like them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you can do clip after clip and just clip them together 8 seconds at a time.
8 seconds at a time. Real quick, Swag John says the final count was 107. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure what that means either.
Stop talking office talk. We don't know what you mean. We don't know what you mean. No. So catch each and all those wonderful shows, those wonderful topics can be found right here on M3 throughout the week. I am constantly looking for some Friday night content. I promise. I have been on the hunt for the last 12 months. Mark and I are pretty stretched, so I have no want to broadcast on Friday nights. And I keep asking family members that already broadcast with us to do it. They're like, no. So, you know, if you would like to inbox me and you have something of value to add to M3, please inbox me. We always need young, fresh voices. Malcolm would say you need a fat ass and a fat belly, but that was a joke. Look at him now. He looks embarrassed when I said that.
Say anything. I'll let you go.
All right. We're going to get chastised in the next meeting that we have. Fuck you. But don't forget to tune in for me.
Oh, my God.
What?
I'll tell you, Patreon, what he meant.
Oh, I know what he meant. So it went from 96 to 107? How? Tune in to Patreon, www.patreon.com/MailMediaMind. There was a thing that happened. Was it in Richmond or Raleigh?
Raleigh.
Okay. There was a thing that happened in Raleigh, North Carolina. Seemingly an impossible task. That's a teaser. Join us on Patreon. So speaking of joining us, so it was great that Thick got to meet one of his heroes. He is a comic book person.
I would have. I love Rogue on X-Men. She is awesome.
Yes.
Hey, sugar. It's like such a deep Southern accent. It's funny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can catch Thick tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the Blerd Council. Getting in here, doing anything. 5 p.m. tomorrow. Relax, kick back. It's great Sunday afternoon watching. And if you are available on Mondays at 3 o'clock, it's me and Malcolm to ease you into the week like a good tube of lube. Just come on in, have a seat. It's a little late for lunch, but we're all rested and ready because it was something about 12 and 1 that we were never ready. We were always tired. We were looking rushed. 3 o'clock, I can get through the day. Generally, nobody's blowing up my phone. Beyond the Gates have went off. So, that's it. So speaking of Beyond the Gates, next week, I'm going to start doing a weekly recap of Beyond the Gates because it is now has escalated to an obsession for me. I would be remiss in not sharing all that beautiful blackness with you. It is, and I wanted to wait and see if they got picked up for another season. So they did. They are doing gangbusters. Congratulations to my girl Tamara Tooney and her crew over there. Him and all the guys.
Her storyline's about to pick up.
It got hot yesterday, didn't it? It did.
Yes.
It did. So, I decided to drudge up this segment as well. I went back to some 2020 episodes, Malcolm, and I realized I used to do this thing called "What is Bringing Me Joy." You know what I mean? Or I used to go around the panel. We used to ask, "Hey, what's brought you joy?" But I'm just going to shorten it. And I'm going to show you some things on the internet that brought me joy.
Yeah.
And discuss on the other end because this is related to a movie that is in Black collective zeitgeist forever and ever. And this is one of my favorite actresses of all time. She's being interviewed by someone I don't really care for, but in this instance, I could deal with it. So let's go with talk about on the side. So go ahead.
So for Tina Turner's mother, Selma Bullock, who I met, by the way.
Wow.
In a vitamin store.
Of course.
I heard somebody in the other aisle say, Aileen! Oh, Jesus Christ. What a moment. I was looking for something. It was just some kind of magical moment. And I peeped around the aisle and I knew it was her because Tina was the spitting image of her. She had the legs and the muscle in her. It was Tina Turner. And you know how I betrayed her in that movie.
Right.
I was scared to approach, but I couldn't help it. I walked over to her. This is beautiful. This was a beautiful moment, Lena. I stood timidly. I said, Miss Bullock. And she turned around, And she turned around with that, like, who could that be? And she saw my face. She went, oh, I wanted to be so dressed up when I met you.
Wow.
Oh, my God. And only a woman from that era would say such a thing. I wanted to be so dressed up when I met you. And that meant I had done a fucking good job. That made me so happy. And then she invited me up to the house. But the house Tina Turner bought her. She was cooking at the stove. And she said, now you know all that stuff in that movie. I didn't do all that stuff. And Aileen said, Mama, you know you did all that and more. And that was my cue to get out of there. Because I didn't know what was going to happen after all of that.
Pretty good.
Now, you know, I didn't know all that.
That brought me so much joy. Because in my head, all I can hear is the scene where Jennifer Lawrence says, Aileen, you've been messing with my pearls. I love this movie. And if you have not seen it in a long time, you've never seen What's Love Got to Do with It, the Tina Turner anime bullet story. Lawrence Fishburne, which is speaking of but Angela Bassett turned in Oscar-nominated performances. But it's creepy and it's dark and, you know, it deals with abuse and all these things, but a stellar movie. But particularly this week, the babies got me in the chokehold too. I'll do some baby clips next week. The babies have got me in a chokehold, especially the baby that's talking to his girlfriend in the car.
Oh god!
And so I meant to pull the clip of when he asked her, "Do you want 5 guys?" And she's,
okay.
I don't think I could handle 5 guys. Well, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean? He says, I don't think I can handle 5 guys. And she says, what a thing to spring on somebody. I don't think I could just handle. But if you want, I can. I think so. I got some few numbers in my phone. I think I can make this happen. He says, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the restaurant. 5 guys. Do you want 5 guys? And so the girl baby says, oh, yes, I do want 5 guys. So in the next week, the babies have got me in a hole. And then somebody did the one with Cat Williams, the scene where he was in jail. He says, whose white baby is this? That's not my baby. That's a white baby.
That baby's from Caucasus, from the land of Caucasus.
That is a white baby. I ain't never seen a baby with no glasses like that.
Oh my god!
What is that? He said the baby was Scandinavian. What is that? The baby
those clips are everywhere. Every time I open up social media, there's a new one. They've got tons of them from the Real Housewives franchise. I've seen some, like you said. I think I even saw one from. Oh gosh, what was that movie? Oh gosh, I can't think of the movie now, but those baby videos.
5 Heartbeats. I seen one from the 5 Heartbeats. I see a bunch from the Real Housewives. My favorite one, they do a couple of from the Real Housewives, but my favorite one is Where's Your Scooter? You see that one where Kim Zolciak and of course Nene Leakes, they're arguing about her using a handicap placard.
Yeah.
Says, are you the parking meter? Imagine a baby fan. Are you the parking meter? She says, well, no, you shouldn't be taking advantage of handicapped people. She was like, are you a parking meter? And the parking lady. No.
Yeah.
All the
baby leaks was hilarious.
Yeah, she says
baby leaks is hilarious.
all them STDs you got, you would think you got a parking spot.
Oh, I saw one of the scene from Wakanda Forever with M'Baku and Okoye, and he calls him you bald-headed demon.
Well, constantly entertaining.
Those videos are giving me joy right now. Those videos are so
I'm going to take this because I'm interested in what you guys do. So my audience, my castmates, I'm going to start with Swag. What brought you joy this week?
What brought me joy this week?
15.
I think what brought me joy probably I think like Memorial Day was Monday, and I had the gang over to grill, and we had a really good time. We played this game called Spoons. I never knew Spoons could be so much fun. Child, people were getting injuries from this game.
Spoons is like spades, man. People get real big mad when you playing Spoons.
Very big mad. Like, it was just funny.
I don't know this Spoons.
I didn't know Spoons either. It's funny because our friend Todd, like, he is fascinated.
Shout out to Bubby.
Yeah, Bubby. And so somebody said, like, why don't we do that? And I said, please, let's play it, because I keep hearing about this famous Spoons game, and I have no idea what it is. I now know how to play it. I wish I didn't know how to play it now, because it's pandemonium, but it was so much fun. But it was a good time. I had, and T'Challa was on his best behavior.
As always.
T'Challa is cool now around people. Like, literally, I have no issues when people come over, because T'Challa, he's gonna sit in his little cubby thing right there. He's just gonna chill out, and people come over, and they're gonna give him some attention, and he loves it. And then he's just like, okay, I'm going back in here. Y'all hang out, y'all have a good time, and I'll see y'all later.
On behalf of my client, he says he will not be rattled by such things.
He will not.
He would not be rattled by such food.
Although he was rattled this morning for some reason when Greg was calling me. All of a sudden, he just became very animated and very vocal.
I talked to him in a couple of days because I've been busy. So I ain't. I know he had to work last night.
I said, this man gonna think I'm abusing you or something. He's gonna be like, help me, please, come sit, come, cat attorney, come save me.
I know T'Challa had to work last night, so I didn't call. I'm so sorry, but it is a wonderful thing. It's always good for fellowship. I think my thing, I started the show off with it. I'll let Malcolm go first, and I'll go last. Malcolm, what brought you joy this week?
I am listening to Percival Everett's Erasure, and so I said I'm going to do James for the book of the month next month. So Percival Everett is actually the character that Thelonious Ellison is based on from American Fiction. But I could not read the book because there are whole passages of the book that are "We Bees from the Ghetto."
And what's wrong with that, sir?
Because it was so bad.
So did you not read hold on one second, Malcolm. So you guys in the audience, please, if you want to chime in, comment what brought you joy this week, I'll be more than happy to read it. You guys who are streaming over here, and please go, but go ahead.
I tried to get through the book the first time, and like I said, I got to that point, and I was just like, the accent is overly chopped. All the.
Did you not read Mo Better Blues? You didn't read the?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I thought it was just me, and then that's written in the same cadence because one of the characters, he would say Judd all the time. Oh, it's just so Judd, and he would, and I was like, "Bitch, are you dumb?" I was like, I could not get a grasp, and I'm glad to know a fellow reader.
No, I'm saying I think I've read some books that have, that are accented or have a dialect. Like this was purposefully bad, for the point of the book. And so it was maybe almost a third of the book was the other book that he wrote,
Right.
And I finally got through it because I think I had a better appreciation for what he was doing, as a writer. Right. And I was just like, okay, I get what,
I tell you again, once I think that's the only subscription I don't mind paying monthly. That Netflix is my audiobook subscription. I use it a lot.
Yeah. You'll probably read a lot more from. One interesting thing about Audible is that they actually have some books that are just included, like you don't have to use.
Yeah, it's
credit.
free.
Yeah. And so a few of his books are actually free on the app. So
Usually white bullshit. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's usually white bullshit that I'm not interested in. You know, I can't even lie to that. But yeah. So thank you so much. I'm glad, you know, I'm into having. So again, if y'all need all this, type in, chime in, let me know what, because a lot of you are watching right now. I see you. Let me know what's bringing you joy this week. Of course, what brought me joy this week was Monday, May 28th, 1973. A king was born at 5:28 in the afternoon in Bennettsville, South Carolina. Me. So, you know, I have a little birthday anniversary. It was Wednesday, May 28th. And first of all, I want to say how grateful I am to turn 52. Amen. I never thought I would see it. Like, wow, you know, and feel good enough to enjoy it and not have a major illness. I was really, and I said at the beginning of the show, but I'll say it again for those of you just tuning in, I was completely overwhelmed by thousands of happy birthdays, phone calls, text messages, and I'm not going to pull it out because I got it in the box. I want to publicly thank you for this birthday gift, for this hat swag. I thank you so much. It says originated in 1973. If anybody knows, I am a hat person. The only reason, because Kevin gave me a nifty haircut this week, so I'm not going to hide it underneath the hat. But you will see the hat in the upcoming weeks when I'm between haircuts. So thank you so much. And like he is such a, I want to thank you publicly. You are such a superb gift giver. You know, I thank you so much for the box and the paper. And, you know, it's just the real reason why we all order from Amazon. We want to open up stuff every day. And then I got the cutest text message from Malcolm, AI, of course, of him holding a cake that says, "Happy birthday, Greg." And then, you know, my old man, I'm like, well, how did he do this? Right. So it was so precious. So to my castmates and my family and my friends and my family, my kids, and my kid, well, my daughter-in-law, my kids, grandkids, my brothers, everybody, all thousands of you that took the time out of your busy schedule to wish me a happy birthday, to know. I mean, people like grew up with haven't heard from me for years. Hey, bitch, where you get my number from? I was like, bitch, I ain't seen you since the 4th grade, nigga. Where you been? Right, like it was that type of thing. Like I was so overwhelmed by this. And I was thinking to myself, maybe they thought I was dead. Was surprised to know when they got the Facebook notification. Like, this nigga still living. What the fuck? No, I'm just saying. I'd like to give a public thank you to Kim Mills. My brothers went and gave me a fabulous cake that I ate almost all of it. And because all I wanted for my birthday was fried chicken and cake, and they made that happen. Thank you. I'm going out to a birthday dinner this evening. Yeah, fried chicken and cake. Try it, y'all. So special shout out to Popeyes. Special shout out to, I don't know, like all my streaming divas over here on the G app over here. All of those on Instagram, Facebook. I'm still getting them in. I think Facebook stopped me at 1,000 birthday notifications. Now they're hounding me for a fan page. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get with my assistant to do it. I promise you. I'm gonna get with swag. I'm gonna make him do it for me. Shh. Don't tell nobody.
I'm on it, Rose.
I'm on it, Rose. Don't tell nobody, right? Don't tell nobody. So I mean, I remember trying to do it, and I keep fucking it up. Now I have all these half pages. I need to delete those things. But yeah, so again, I just want to publicly thank everybody. I am really, really overwhelmed. I'm just kind of talking over myself now, but because I'm just so shocked, Malcolm, I'll tell you that we've been doing this a long time. You know, and it seems like I was saying before, it seems very much like we're talking to ourselves. We're in our houses, you know, we're talking to I communicate with these people every day. So to prepare stories and to do stories, it's almost like I'm preparing a performance for my friends, and thousands of you pay attention to what we say. This is a labor of love for us Everybody's show has a different twang and twinge to it, a different taste. Swag Tuesday night, 7 p.m. is definitely my comic relief. Malcolm is my inner conscience, things that I've never ever thought about in my life. And some days I wish I never did. It just depends on the day. Thick is making me a better nerd. Because I said to myself at 52, I'm going to be a better blurred. I wear glasses and have a beard. I need to know more about that zeitgeist. That zeitgeist. Of course, my man. The talented and always wigglicious Cream Diggler on the Diggler Digest. Also, catch him. He has this wonderful podcast, Two Grooms in a Pod. I failed to mention that last week. It is so good and delicious. It's like sitting down with two old friends and they're just letting you have it. They're just in their living room having this wonderful conversation. Special shout out to T'Challa. Homie, that's my man, 20 grand. He ain't coming for my birthday, but that's okay. It's all good. Okay. So in a couple of about 2 minutes, you're going to join us on Patreon, www.patreon.com/MailMediaMob. Become a paid member, and you will, I don't want to use the word inundated. You will have the pleasure of partaking in adult content, early content. Malcolm, when do you post your podcast on Patreon?
Well, it's actually just on Friday. I used to have it early, but video is on for patrons only on Friday.
You can get the video portion of it, audio only podcast every Friday. You can drop us questions in Telegram. You can talk to us. I try at least twice a week to drop a good morning before the price is right and not a minute before. So join us for all that exclusive content. And we are working on an in-person meet and greet in the upcoming future. So if you have any plans or ideas that you would like to see from some of your favorite podcast hosts, let us know. We're here. I was reminded by Jeffrey, wrong cast member here, my favorite Posey McGlynn, that do not. If you guys need to reach out, if you're here in the Atlanta area, and I'll make this announcement. If you're here in the Atlanta area, you need PrEP, Doxy PrEP, any HIV treatment, testing, STIs, counseling. Hit us up. We'll put you in the right direction. If you find yourself unhoused, any mental issues going on, we do have resources. We're not just pretty faces, party people. We do stuff. And look at the sweetness down there, the sweet baby. We know that you guys have your choice in your internet entertainment, and I praise God that you choose us each and every week. Catch me right back here next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Saturday Sit Down, where you too can have your buns lifted and separated, just like And join me next Saturday when I ask Swag, how was your booty day? No, don't you want to know? That's a teaser. Don't you want to know about that? That's what I know about that. For sure. Thank all the guys on the streaming guys. You guys are just loyal over there. Hundreds of people per day, and I try to start an hour before. So if you are in proximity, you need to watch us on the streaming app. Somebody's dog is on my porch, and I don't like it. All right, here we go. Roll those closing credits. Love you. Bye.
Join us every weekend, oh, the vibe's so fine. Saturday, sit down with Mr. Drake and shine.
Grab a friend.